Listen, not with your mind. Listen with your entire body. Right now, at this very second, as my voice reaches your ears, it has already begun. This is not a forecast. It is not a prediction. This is an energetic transmission, an activation code, unfolding in your cells in real time. The clock is already ticking, but this is not the time on a dial. This is the time of the soul. October 31st, 2025 is not a date on the calendar. It is the point of no return. This is the final warning, the last call before the shadow portal of karma opens, and everything that was hidden becomes tangible. Do you feel how the air has changed? It has become dense, viscous, humming like a taut string. It smells of ozone before a storm. The fabric of reality itself has thinned, preparing for the great rupture. Your entire life, every fall, every tear, every moment of joy, it was all preparation. Preparation for this exact moment. Tune in to my voice. It is merely a tuning fork. The real instrument is you. And your body is speaking to you louder than ever. Do you notice that strange, deep, almost liquid fatigue that doesn't go away with sleep? This is not an illness. It is your cells shedding old, dense energetic archives. Old programs are being erased, and this demands colossal resources. And that light fog in your head, that veil that makes it hard to find words, that is your old, logical mind powering down, yielding to direct knowing, to feeling. It cannot comprehend what is happening, so the system is protecting you from panic by temporarily reducing its activity. Do you feel a subtle, barely perceptible vibration in your body, especially when lying in silence? Or a light tingling, almost a tickle, in the center of your palms? This is your energy system attuning to a new, higher frequency, and your centers of creation, your palms, are activating. A sudden chill or a wave of heat running up your spine. This is not a failure of thermoregulation. This is your inner fire burning away karmic dross, the most ancient and toxic files. And that quiet, high-pitched, almost angelic hum in your ears, that is the sound of the universe's pure tuning fork. Your body is remembering its divine blueprint. These are not symptoms of sickness, but of transition. Your emotions right now are an ocean in a storm, and that is normal. A causeless, soul-chilling anxiety is rising from the depths. You feel it in your gut. Know this: it is not yours. It is the agony of the old world. You, as a sensitive receiver, are picking up the collective fear of the matrix as it collapses. But in the next moment, for no reason at all, a wave of crystalline, almost childlike optimism and quiet joy washes over you. These are glimpses, photons of the new reality already seeping through the cracks in the old veil. Are you crying? Suddenly, while listening to music or just looking out the window? This is not weakness. This is your body using the most ancient and effective method of cleansing: water. Every tear flushes gigabytes of archived pain from your system, and that constant background feeling that something grandiose, something inevitable is about to happen. It is not deceiving you. And the sudden, irrational flashes of anger, that is your system rapidly deleting corrupted files, old resentments, victim programs, implants of powerlessness. On October 31st, the moon will not be just a satellite. It will become a giant searchlight, pulling to the surface absolutely everything you have hidden, even from yourself. To help you understand what is happening, I will give you a metaphor. Forget everything you have heard before. What is happening on October 31st is the alchemical dissolution of the karmic seal. Imagine that on your soul, at the very core of your being, a seal was placed at the moment of your first incarnation. This is not a punishment. It was a protective mechanism that preserved all your unlived experiences, all the pain, all the contracts and vows, so that you could function in the dense world. This seal is like the wax on an ancient scroll that holds the record of who you truly are. And now, at this very moment, the universe is pouring a powerful alchemical solvent onto this seal. This solvent is a stream of photonic light, a high-frequency energy that doesn't destroy, but dissolves. It turns the solid into liquid and then into gas. It doesn't break the seal painfully. It gently but relentlessly renders it transparent, permeable, until it vanishes completely. This is not a computer reboot. This is the transformation of the lead of your karma into the gold of your divine experience. This is the great alchemical work happening inside you. Why now? Why is this alchemical dissolution happening with such force, specifically on October 31st, 2025? Because a critical mass has been reached, your personal mass of awareness and the collective mass of awakened humanity. Planet Earth itself is changing its vibrational grid, shedding its old skin, and you, its children, are doing the same. You are ready. You have passed enough lessons in the illusion of separation. The energy arriving now is fundamentally different from all previous waves. This is not a gentle, soothing tide. It is a fiery, surgically precise stream that doesn't offer a choice, but presents a fact. This is not an invitation to dance. It is the dance itself, and you have already been pulled in. This is an evolutionary leap that cannot be skipped or postponed. Imagine a surgeon who uses not a scalpel, but a beam of pure light. This beam does not cut flesh. It passes through it and vaporizes only that which is not light. It severs the false, the superficial, the illusory. And this beam is already aimed at the very heart of your karmic seal. The process is irreversible. Are you looking for proof? Stop looking. Start noticing. The signs are everywhere, and they have become different, more subtle and profound. It is no longer just clocks falling off walls or technology glitching. Look at the shadows. Do you notice they have become deeper, more velvety, as if they have gained their own dimension? Taste plain water. Doesn't it seem sweeter, more alive, as if its structure has changed? Play music you know by heart, and you will suddenly hear new layers, new meanings that bring you to tears or unexplainable rapture. This is not your imagination. The veil between worlds is thinning, and you are beginning to perceive the multidimensionality of all things. Do you see strange, rainbow halos around light sources? Or notice fast-moving sparks or orbs of light in your peripheral vision? These are manifested particles of the new world. And the silence. Have you noticed that silence is no longer just the absence of sound? It has become dense, tangible. It rings and vibrates. This is the sound of the karmic seal dissolving. You are hearing the old walls crumble. And these signs are not just external. The main proof is inside you, in your own vessel. Pay attention to how your tastes have changed. Your body, your wise biosuit, is beginning to instinctively reject low vibrations. You no longer crave heavy, dead food. You are physically repulsed by alcohol, sugar, chemical products. They feel like poison, like static in a clear signal. You are drawn to the living, to the pure, to that which is filled with light, to fruits, greens, clean water. This is not a diet. This is your cellular structure demanding new fuel for the transition. And your intuition? It has sharpened to the level of a superpower. You just know. You know when to call, where to go, who to trust, and who to stay away from. This inner compass no longer wavers. Its needle points directly to your truth. And your dreams, they have become vivid, tangible, almost real. In your dreams, you are no longer just watching a movie. You are undergoing training. Your nervous system is being calibrated in your sleep. New archives of knowledge are being unpacked into your subconscious. You wake up with ready answers to questions you haven't even had time to ask. Look at your relationships. This is the most obvious and, at times, the most painful area of proof. People who have been part of your life for years suddenly begin to drift away. It happens without arguments, without drama, without confrontations. They just quietly leave, like a river gently changing its course. Do not cling to them. The alchemical dissolution of your karmic seal is nullifying old karmic contracts. Your shared mission is complete. The frequencies no longer match. But most importantly is your new relationship with lies. The masks that people wear have become physically unbearable for you. You don't just see them, you feel them. Someone else's insincerity causes you almost physical nausea, a feeling of dissonance, an unpleasant smell, or a coldness in your solar plexus. You can no longer participate in empty conversations, in social games. Your system rejects falsehood as a foreign body. This is not arrogance. This is your new operating system searching only for pure, authentic resonance. Connections based on manipulation and mutual use are breaking on their own. Now, for what concerns your mind. Money. The flow of abundance. I declare, all programs of poverty, deficit, lack, and survival are not part of your personality. They are viral code, written onto your karmic seal. They are a foreign implant that forced you to believe in your own limitation. And the great alchemical solvent, activating on October 31st, is burning precisely these codes. It is reformatting your financial mindset at the deepest cellular level. You will stop chasing money. You will stop seeing it as the goal. You will begin to remember that you are not a receiver. You are a source. You are a generator of reality. When the seal dissolves, the barrier between your intention and its materialization disappears. The flow will open, but not from where you expect. It will come from the most unexpected places. Through new ideas, through sudden offers, through people who will feel your new, pure light. Stop thinking about how to earn. Start thinking about how to create. Abundance is not what you get. It is who you are, once the seal of limitation is removed. And of course, love, the greatest energy. Your heart is not just an organ. It is a biomagnetic portal. But for many, this portal was covered in scars and cracks that were part of the karmic seal. These scars made you attract the same painful scenarios, the same partners, over and over, to repeat the same karmic lessons. The alchemical dissolution is laser surgery on the heart. It doesn't add anything new. It removes everything that blocks your heart from shining in its original purity. Toxic, karmic bonds built on dependency, on pain, on obligation, are falling away. The etheric cords that tied you to people from your past are simply thinning and breaking. And then, when your heart's magnet is calibrated to the frequency of wholeness, you begin to attract not halves who must complete you. You attract other whole, free beings. It is no longer a desperate search for salvation in each other. It is the dance of two free, self-sufficient universes who have chosen to create together. What will you gain in the end, on the deepest personal level? What is it like to live without the karmic seal? The first and main thing you will notice is the disappearance of background anxiety. That eternal quiet hum, that noise in your head that you thought was normal, will simply turn off. And there will be silence. Not emptiness, not a vacuum, but a ringing, full, living silence. From this silence, crystalline clarity will be born. You will know exactly who you are, why you are here, and what your next step is. Doubts, mental gymnastics, and self-analysis will disappear. You will simply know. Your body will become light, flowing, free from blocks and tension. Your true creative power will awaken. Not the desire to prove something to the world, but a deep, almost childlike need to create, to paint, to sing, to write, to plant gardens, to build. Simply because it is your nature. This is your new default operating state, the state of the creator. It is like living your whole life in a stuffy room with the curtains drawn, and suddenly, someone throws open all the windows, letting in the sunlight, the fresh wind, and the sound of birds. But there is a price, and I must warn you. Before the system can be fully cleansed, it must raise to the surface and delete all the old viruses. This process is a purification by fire. It will not be easy, it will not be pleasant, but it is absolutely necessary. It is like the fever before a complete healing. The sickness must leave the body. You cannot build a new, shining temple on a rotten old foundation. The foundation must be burned clean. And so, in the days leading up to October 31st, and especially on that date itself, everything you have so carefully hidden will rise from the darkest cellars of your subconscious. All the pain, all the fear, all the guilt, all the anger, all the resentments. They will not rise to torture you. They will rise so you can see them one last time, thank them for the lesson, and release them forever into the purifying fire of transformation. Do not be afraid of this fire. It will not burn you. It will only burn your prison bars. And this will not be just an internal process. The universe will give you a final exam. Be ready. When your shadow rises to the surface, the external world will mirror it back to you with incredible precision. People and situations will appear to provoke you, to push your most painful buttons, to try to devalue your experience, to pull you into old drama, into arguments, into conflicts. Your ego, the old guardian of the seal, will scream in panic. It will tell you, look, nothing has changed. The world is still cruel. You must defend yourself, attack, prove your point. This is its last battle. This is its death throw. And the main question of this exam is, can you maintain the state of the observer? Can you see these provocateurs not as enemies, but as training tools? Can you refuse to get drawn into their game, and instead remain in your center, in your heart? This is the deep clean before the new software installation. Do not let the old programs convince you to cancel this process at the very last moment. So what should you do when the peak of this process arrives on October 31st? The answer is paradoxically simple. Nothing. Your task is not to do. Your task is to be. Become the total, all-accepting, loving observer. Imagine you are sitting on the high bank of a mighty river, and this river is carrying past you all the debris of your former life. Old fears, wreckage of relationships, rotting structures of belief. You just sit and watch. You don't jump into the river to save anything. You don't throw stones into it. You don't try to analyze it. You simply observe as it carries it all away. Be in maximum silence. Disconnect from external noise, the television, the news, meaningless conversations. Drink plenty of clean, living water. Water is the best conductor of information and energy. It will help the new codes of light integrate into your cellular structure. And most importantly, trust the process completely. Breathe deeply and calmly. Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the fear. Breathe through the tears. Your breath is your anchor. Simply do not interfere. Do not interfere with the great alchemical work being performed inside you. And now, for what you absolutely, categorically, mustn't do during this sacred period. First and most important, do not enter into conflict. Any conflict, any argument, any judgment is your conscious choice to remain in the old energy. It is like hitting the cancel button during a critical update. You will roll back to the old viral version of yourself. Second, do not try to analyze what is happening with your mind. Your old logical processor is not capable of understanding quantum alchemy. It will panic. It will only feed you scenarios of fear and catastrophe. Thank it, and ask it to be quiet. Third, do not cling to the old, not to people, not to things, not to habits that will begin to leave your life. If something is leaving, bless it and let it go. Your hand must be completely empty to receive the priceless gifts of the new world. Do not drain your precious energy into the black hole of the old matrix, which will desperately try to feed on your attention, your fear, your anger. Close off all access to it. And when the storm subsides, and it will subside, a silence so deep, so all-encompassing, unlike any you have ever known, will arrive. You will wake up one morning, and the first thing you will feel is an incredible lightness in your body, as if a heavy, invisible backpack you have carried your entire life has been removed. In your mind, there will be absolute diamond clarity. You will look at the world, and it will look different. The colors will be brighter, the sounds clearer, the air sweeter. The alchemical dissolution of the karmic seal will be complete. The great work will be done. The old operating system, based on fear and separation, will be erased. The new one, based on love and unity, will be activated. You will feel a perfect synchronization between your heart, your soul, and your mind. They will resonate like a perfectly tuned orchestra. This is your true, original state, a state of wholeness, a state of power, a state of love. Welcome home. You are no longer seeking the Creator. You are the Creator. You are